25. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Straight ahead, it's a matchup of unbeatens between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9?
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Play action. Now Wilson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Throwing again here, Wilson. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. An extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We got to get it back.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
So this game of ours, Charles, the talk of the NFL world all week. 2 unbeaten teams, and you rarely see such a matchup this deep into a season.
I would agree with that because normally you might get one team undefeated for a while, but 2 teams like this, and I remember in preseason you looked at schedules and said, I think these 2 are on a collision course. It'd be interesting to see if they actually get there, and they did. And to me, the winner of this game has to wear the crown of Super Bowl favorite.
And he comes back with one complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's how you shake off the interception you throw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there.
Again, the ball carrier brought down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
They'll run for it. Cook. And he's got room. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Detroit. Dalvin Cook with his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Being chased out left. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Fielded at the 20. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards, the final tally.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now Darnold. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
2 seconds to go, first quarter. A play fake, and it's Darnold. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Third down, here's a run by Cook.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
69 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Well, that was big right there because they're the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Darnold. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. CeeDee Lamb. A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Lions are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this ball game, clearly the game of the year so far. It's not very often that you find two unbeaten teams playing each other this late in the season, but that's what we have here, two heavyweights in the NFL.
You're right about that, and you think about recent memories, so let's take a little ginkgo right now and go down memory lane, right? 2007, 7-0 Colts, 8-0 Patriots. The Pats won 24-20. Ended up going 16-0 in the regular season before they lost in the Super Bowl against the Giants. How about 2015? 6-0 Broncos, 6-0 Packers. Denver won 29-10. And in 2020, Steelers and Titans were both 5-0. Pittsburgh won that one.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Their own 18-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Back to throw, Darnold. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Oh, they had a good chance to get off the field defensively there. If they could just wrap up, it's going to be a fourth down. But instead, they can't get him on the deck, and he allows them to pick up the first down.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. Then everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
To throw is Darnold. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it third manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson dancing to his left. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. To throw is Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This throwing window's getting a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through the completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis. And the Lions are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, that play, a mess from beginning to end.
Especially since not only do you take what likely would have been 3 points off the board, but now after the return, the other guys are set up with terrific field position. So essentially, you've traded what we think would be 3 points to a possible 6 points, but for the other team, that's a bad trade no matter how you look at it.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that's caught inside the 35. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. A reminder coming up here at halftime, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have 1st half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth 1st half that we've seen. From the 22, Darnold. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from home. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Darnold. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to have the Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver who has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. as he'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. C.D. Lamb with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point splits the uprights. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
To throw again on second down. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
It's a gain of 48 yards. And the Vikings first down.
On first down, Wilson. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson steps away to his left. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. He's got his receiver, Cooper.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Matthew Wright set to kick off.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
36-yard line. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
Here's Darnold. Open man Lamb. It's complete. 20. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Up the middle, it's Cook. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Dalvin Cook with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent is still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Forced out to his left. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And Darnold going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 41. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now it's Wilson. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. Touchdown, Vikings! Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Vikings have retaken a third quarter lead. Point after here coming
Madden need to let you be able to break on the ball, bro.
And that one gives them a 3-point lead.
Let me break on the ball.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Limit this back.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Past the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Dalvin Cook, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Lions have answered back with a third-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. They need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They go play action with Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. That's caught inside the 20. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Wilson.
Oh!
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. They'll look to run with Singletary. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. 4th down. Here's Wilson. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Lions are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Darnold. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. It got his man.
Oh yeah. Get him, CD Lamb. You better get him back. Let's go.
They'll try the middle.
Let's go.
Open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
Oh, they gave me
As they
one.
come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run it again with Cook.
Get out of my way.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Getting the ball is Cook running left.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. They juked him, and he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
209 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Cook on the toss left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown. Dalvin Cook with career touchdown number 60. And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
A short kick taken at the 18.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle
Oh my
back
God.
for a 2-score deficit.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Here's Wilson. And that's caught inside the 35.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Throwing is Wilson. He's got his man. Taken in for a Viking touchdown.
Oh my God.
DJ Moore from 19 yards away.
And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
In motion left, the tight end. Wilson going to throw for it. Out to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the
Oh,
situation.
pick
You've
him
got plenty
up.
of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
And by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 234 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A give. This is Cook. To the 36-yard line. Stop there. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So they haven't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Oh, my God.
Inside the 10. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout.
It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Jacobs. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now Wilson. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's still down. This pass rush, they'll be excellent all game long, and another example of it right there in the closing run.
Not only with the pass rush, but how well they're coached. Because if you don't quite get there, get to the quarterback, get your hands up into the passing lane, and knock it away as we just saw there.
Toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. He did his best to just get 4 onto that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
One last shot for Wilson. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, they get the tip they were looking for, but couldn't secure it. And this one's over.
So it's a win here for the Lions, and it was Sam Darnold, CD, who really led the charge.
Yeah, what struck me was how composed he was in the pocket. The numbers weren't spectacular. He had 2 touchdown passes, that's it. But he led his guys on some important drives when they needed it most, and they're going to come away with the victory.
So for Detroit,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
And they'll get another home day next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, it's their first stumble of the season as they'll dip to 8-1 on the year.